If ancient texts depict the followers of Osiris and their connection to Atlantis, where might we find evidence that the wife or sister of Osiris was also connected to Atlantis? Experts point to the symbol of the cow horns.
Isis is the answer. Close to the temple of Abydos in southern Egypt is another beautiful temple, that of Dendera. And the main patron deity there is Hathor. She is the cow goddess. But in addition to this, it is also said to be the birthplace of the goddess Isis. In fact, there is actually a special building that you can visit to this day that's said to be the very spot that the goddess Isis was born. And of course, Isis was the sister of Osiris, and Osiris was the main god of Abydos. So there was a relationship between these two cult centres, one associated with Isis and the other associated with her brother Osiris.
In the Critias, Plato explains that the Atlantean culture is linked to cow horns. Interestingly, cows dominate the site of Dendera, which is intimately linked to Isis. In the temple of Ramses II at Abydos is a representation of the royal pike adorned with cow horns. It is a very ancient cult. Stone braziers in the shape of cow horns are also found in Egypt. Cow horns are a distinctive symbol related to Atlantis, as explained by Plato. It's fascinating to find these elements both at Abydos and Dendera.
Abydos might have been the home of the god Osiris, but it is known today as the home of the cult of Osiris. Anton explains that the cult of Osiris didn't happen till after his death, and his death plays a significant role in our history and understanding of existence here on this planet.
The cult of Osiris before his death is simply meeting with the god and following his teachings. After his death at Abydos 10,000 years ago, close to the Osirian temple, an annual celebration is held to honor his death and bring him back to life.
Abydos was one of the most ancient centres of worship of the god Osiris. Why? Osiris was the god of the dead god that the pharaoh became in death, obviously. But it was more than this, because before even Osiris was associated with Abydos, it was the place of the cult of another god by the name of Khenti Amenti. And this was a dog in canine form, most obviously a jackal. And this jackal was seen to be the guide of the soul as it journeyed through the underworld into the afterlife. And eventually, Khenti Amenti became a part of the cult of Osiris. Once you have passed through the magnificent temple of Seti I at Abydos, you come out into an open courtyard, and if you then look down, you see this incredible underground structure, and it is made of massive cyclopean blocks. Now these are huge blocks that almost look as if they've been put in place by giants, and this forms a rectilinear structure, in the centre of which is a raised platform or island, and this would have been surrounded in the past by water that would have flowed in from the Nile. And within the island itself is these massive pillars that had these lintels on top of them, and the whole thing was covered over with a roof, and quite clearly was used for rituals and initiations, probably to do with the cult of the god Osiris. Why Osiris? Well, because according to the most ancient versions of the story of his death, he was buried on an island within a tomb. And so what the Osirian represents is a symbolic tomb of the god Osiris, and that rituals to do with the cult of Osiris would have been conducted at this location right the way through dynastic times.
If the cult was based on his death, what story has been told here for many years?
The story of Osiris is a very fascinating one, and it tells of the betrayal of this god by his brother Set, or Seth, who is the trickster god. And it was said that he tricked Osiris into a tailor-made coffin, which was then nailed down and thrown into the River Nile. And of course this killed Osiris, but that his sister and wife Isis came along, found the body, and was able to resurrect the god. But then Set himself found the body once again and chopped it up into 14 parts, and those parts were sprinkled throughout the whole of Egypt.
And here, the plot thickens. Experts point out that something mysterious has been hidden in this story, something that took place at Abydos. Experts point to a mystical system which holds the key.